Good morning, YouTube. A guy's been trying to figure out how to keep the wife and pups housed and comfortable on the new property with as little hassle as possible. The dream is a log A-frame cabin, but that means permits, property tax increases, and worst of all, contractors. So I'm here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, looking at these gorgeous log cabins. Solid timber construction, Amish built, plug and play, and best of all, they're built on a trailer frame. So my local government can't tax me. Well, Pennsylvania's pretty corrupt, so they might try, but they have to catch me first. Unfortunately, these things go over 80 large. This little channel barely pays for itself, so I'm going to be borrowing, and interest rates are 10,000%. So, until they calm down, we're going to be staying somewhere a little more affordable. Check it out. It's just as good as something better, especially for the friend price. The friend price in this case being gas money and some PennDOT fees. The current owner is largely responsible for me having a career at all. I got hired as an engineer fresh out of school, and the only jobs I'd had were scooping ice cream at Baskin Robbins, or scooping ice cream at a Friendly's, or scooping ice cream. I scooped a lot of ice cream. And that doesn't translate well to a resume when you're applying for an engineering position. I had the passion, I had the degree, but I needed something to put on a resume. This guy was a biomed tech at a large lab company and said, sure, what the hell, let the kid with no experience and training shadow me around. So now my resume includes scooping ice cream and interning as a tech at a national lab facility. Wasn't a lot, but it got me in the door. I didn't look this gift horse too closely in the mouth. Might actually have a use for one of these damn things. I don't know if it's an 85 or an 86. I don't know if it's 17 feet or 20 feet, but I do know it's got a reasonably sized john, full vanity, toilet, shower, plenty of storage for contraband, and snacks. There should be a 12-volt water pump for the kitchen and bath. There it is, along with Mickey Mouse, rest in peace. No idea if that pump works, and oh, here's the owner's manual. That's crucial, because I actually don't know anything about RV systems, so I've got a lot to study. Nope. If you're wondering where Minnie Mouse is, it's like a little mousing Romeo and Juliet. Apparently these old RV fridges use ammonia as the refrigerant. Looks like it's just used as a pantry for dry goods, and it's the only place where there isn't mouse poop, so A+ idea. Cheese puffs and Harvest cheddar sun chips don't go bad. A couple hours of work with a shop vac, some trash bags, elbow grease, and Lysol wipes was necessary just to see how much work is actually needed to get this up to snuff. Nobody show my wife this video. I'm gonna bleach the crap out of the whole thing. Don't worry about it. Just nobody show her. Definitely don't show her. Please. In addition to the career boost and the free trailer, I'm also getting a free crash course in bearing maintenance. Good friend, huh? This thing's been parked up for years, and we don't want bearings exploding. Maybe crash course was the wrong terminology. This was a good call. All right, bearings are packed now. We're just going to test the stoptional brakes. Can you hold them on?
Are you ready?
Yeah, hold the brakes. That one works, that one doesn't. All right. The front works, the back doesn't. The breakaway switch is dead too. It's supposed to lock the brakes on in case of emergency trailer emancipation, and this one is a rusty Sandusky. Could probably clean it, but $12 brand new on Amazon. Best not to chance it. All right, step on the brakes. That's pretty dim. Looks like we got a wiring issue. My favorite kind of issue. I got the alligator leads maxed out and the mighty M12, which should be fully... Yep, it's charged. Huh. No sparks. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Over here, we got some bupkis. Some zilch. They can't all be burned out. It's gotta have a bad ground. It's so thoroughly rust-proof, I can't even find ground. We do have this junction box, which I don't know if that's standard for RVs, but it looks very well built. I wouldn't expect to see wire nuts on a mobile application. Like, you wouldn't want to see your car stereo wired like this, but everything's super tight, super clean, really dry. Whoever did this did a good job. It's drawing an amp, so the circuit isn't completely broken. My resistance to ground at the hitch connector and the junction box is almost zero, so let's get this one back to the shop, figure it out there. Stop! Go back 2 inches. All right, 3 inches. 2 inches. Stop! Good, leave it. Leave it. Too far. You went too far.
Eventually.
Yeah, I know they're supposed to be crossed, but on my trailer, they're hooked onto the same point here. So how can you cross them? They don't really cross.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull this up forward a little bit and we'll see what we're dealing with.
That trailer jack's gonna be throwing sparks on the highway. Ah, we ran over a beer can. You can't do this with your big box store, John Deere. Probably shouldn't do it with this one either. Oh well. Now that she's on asphalt, I can get underneath, and look what I found. A mouse entrance. Take care of that later. First, how would you like a proper tour of my new home? It comes with a nice retractable, detractable awning. Can't show you because someone can't park. Nice little soffit hatch so I can open the window in the rain. Need some rivets. It's highway worthy though. Let's look at all that tape.
Propane and propane accessories.
It's got these nice little pre-installed levels that I can use to determine exactly how level my trailer isn't. Got this little locking storage compartment that runs the width of the trailer for skis, fishing rods, snowboards, rifles. Gonna have to bleach that out. Hardcore. Yeah, fix that later. Over here is my city water hookup. I'm just gonna hook it up to a garden hose whenever I get my well working up there. This is the intake and exhaust for my propane furnace, currently full of wasps. Wasps love propane. Speaking of propane, here's the back of that fridge. It runs on electricity when I'm on shore power. Whoops. And when I'm off-grid, it uses propane to heat up ammonia, which are two fluids I'm not sure I want flowing under pressure through this rust bucket, so I'm probably going to rip it out and get a cheap dorm room mini fridge for my milk and cookies. Cover is such a bitch to get back on. A window air conditioner, which hopefully never breaks because it's welded in there like lives depended on it. Rusty bumper for extra personality. And another storage compartment back here for the sewer hose. The hatches use different keys, which is delightfully annoying. Forget it. You don't want to see in there anyway. I had this retracting before. Not really sure how it works. Must be a two-man job. Who cares? Let's go inside. This screen door is a bugger. Wish there was a way to open both doors at once. There probably is. She cleaned up pretty nice. Here's my fold-out bed / sofa. Not done bleaching it yet. Some little storage things under here. Yeah, that's the same compartment from earlier. Bleach. Here's my handy computer table. I can sit here, do my editing. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Look right outside the window at my beautiful creek. Beep, boop, boop, beep. The decor in here is very 80s, but like the nice part of the 80s. I grew up in the 90s, but with a house decorated in the 80s, so this interior, it's like a warm childhood memory. This table folds down, and the cushions slide in to make a bed for the younglings. Lights are a bit wonky. Gonna replace on those with LED bulbs. Lots of overhead storage. I kept this ancient coffee I found. It's the most comforting smell on earth, but it tastes more bitter than death, so I'm just gonna buy a cheap coffee maker to get the smell and then dump it out in the grass. No, you're weird. Gas range works. The vent fan works, and the light, as far as I can tell, it doesn't exist. Haven't tried the oven. I guess you could dry your boots in there. Who makes lasagna in a camper? Wasted space, in my opinion. Yeah, I gotta super bleach these drawers. Sodium hypochlorite. Good stuff. Tastes terrible. Rather ingeniously, the guy put a trash bin under the sink so he wouldn't have to drain or winterize the gray water tank. How much water can one person use? I'm probably going to hook it up with a family. There's lots of wasted space under here. No, let's be optimistic. It's great serviceability access. And mouse turds. The only thing that doesn't need to be bleached to hell and back is this dual fuel fridge. It's spotless in here. I just wish I could be confident my wife won't get a face full of ammonia one day when she goes for some of her spicy hummus. Goddamn vegetarians. The furnace is down here, and it gets damn hot like a hot damn, but I'm a light sleeper, and it's got one big fatal flaw. At the moment. Got the whole thing apart on the bench. One screw, can you believe it? Unfortunately, the global mega Omnicorp that bought the company that made this motor 40 years ago is itself out of business, so I may be doing some hackery here. Wasps love propane. Not sure how you're supposed to keep these bastards out of here. You can't block off the ports. Got my square D breaker panel, unlabeled, but hey, at least that company still exists. Not sure if the same can be said for this power converter. Works great though. It supplies my 12 volts and charges the batteries when I'm on shore power, allegedly, It's awful close to my shower plumbing, which, of course, leaks all over, as well as my breaker panel. It'll be fine. Anyone in there? Nah, I think we're good. As you can see, I cleaned it up, but I have not yet bleach bombed it. Hail damage? Not sure, but new fan and cover are on the way. My friend installed this himself, which is unfortunate because everything he did is super well built and I need to get it apart to figure out what the fan is rubbing on. It works great on high, but on low, it doesn't have enough torque to overcome the friction in its stalls. Got a ginormous coat closet. This was full of mouse-eating clothing, but it cleaned up okay. Probably just going to store our clothes in plastic bins once I bleach it out. Once I bleach this all out. Out of here. Here's what makes a shelter a home. Never used one of these kajiggers, but it looks pretty obvious. This pedal dumps and fills, and then this pedal just fills. Can't wait to try that out. I don't think my bidet will fit, but hey, we're roughing it. A separate bottle of bleach, I think, for this one. Can't have sexy time in the tub when the tub looks like this. Jack stands engaged. I'm 5'6.5", and my head just clears the ceiling. I don't know how normies are supposed to shower in here, but works for me. Fun size for the win. The original 38-year-old water pump takes about 15 minutes to prime, so I'm going to put a new one in. She done good. She don't know nobody nothing. You done good in there. I think maybe food will go up here. I don't even think the stubbornest mouse could get into these cabinets. There's just no way. So, some cereal, pasta. I figured it out. You have to move that little arm on the top of the pole to the retract position, and then it snaps right up. Unfortunately, it ratchets, and now my fingers are legit pinched. I'm stuck. I'm too short to reach the arm to release it, and I'm gonna have to stop being stupid and use my phone to call for help. Shit, this hurts. I wasn't lying to you. I'll have to put this away until I'm old enough to play with it. You know what I'm old enough for? The power washer. Thanks for watching.